Hey guys, it is Mackenzie, back with an update from the Fae Trove. Today I am packaging one of my Night Court bookmarks, which is inspired by the book series ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first book. It is a great fantasy romance written by Sarah J. Maas, and I was actually licensed to sell Sarah J. Maas fan art. So this bookmark is a very, very basic drawing. It's actually one of the first drawings I did when Caitlin and I decided that we were going to do an Etsy shop. So it's a couple of the mountains with the 3 stars, which is the Night Court sigil, which you will learn a lot about if you read the ACOTAR series. I'm going to try to keep 0 spoilers when I talk about the ACOTAR series, unless I post it in the description otherwise, because I really would like to delve into what happens in the 5 books that are released to us right now. I would like to touch base on if anyone has read the ACOTAR not necessarily spoilers, I can't recall what they're exactly called, but they're like the secret chapters or even fanfics, because I kid you not, I have never read a fanfic about any book before since I just started to aggressively pick up reading in the last couple of months. I believe my reading journey started in December when, I was cleaning out my closet for the first time in months, and I found a book that my boyfriend's sister and I went to Barnes & Noble and promised each other that we were going to read. And let's see here. I'll tell you what that book is. The book is called The Sea of Lost Girls by Carol Goodman. And I've read a couple other Carol Goodman books when I was younger, I believe, probably in 8th and 9th grade. And they were really great. I forgot how much I enjoyed Carol as a writer. It was a 200-page story, yep. About 280 pages of content for you to read, and it was a really great book. So I started with that, and I read it in a day. And I was so impressed that I read a 200-page book in a day, as I've been out of school now for 6 years. So it was really impressive to me that I could still just pick up exactly where I left off in 2016. So I really did enjoy reading it. I was telling Caitlin about how I had read the book, and she was like, "No way, you like reading? I love reading." And we started talking, and she was super excited, and she hyped me up about us reading together. She was really, really pleased that I also read. And I guess it was just something that Caitlin and I hadn't talked about before. We talk about so many things all the time, and we always are talking about our ideas. I was so surprised that we had never talked about reading, because it's a passion of both of ours. So we started to talk about just maybe, we could post on Facebook and see what girls would want to be interested in a book club. So we posted on Facebook. Between her and I's personal friends, we had very few people that were interested. So we created this group. We wanted to read YA books, and I'm part of a group on Facebook, and I'm not going to say the name. If you want to know the name, leave a comment. I can definitely message you, but it's an amazing book of 40, I think we're up to 70,000. When I joined in December, it was 40,000 people who read all different genres, and I posted in this group of 40,000, and I said, hey, my best friend and I want to start a book club for grown-ups that read young adult books. And we got 400 comments, and out of the 400 comments, we got about 80 people who actually ended up joining the group. And it's probably the coolest 80 to 100 people you'll ever meet in your life. They're very supportive, they're very kind, they all are super down to debate over their favorite part of the book or their most hated part of the book, their favorite authors, if they do or don't like a book for different controversial reasons. And it's so cool the way that we can all communicate, or we have been communicating about all these different books and the different topics they bring up that relate to everyday life, like current events and stuff. So We put up a poll then after we created this group for the title, and we took nominations, and someone had suggested Guryat, which is Grown-Ups Read YA 2, and the acronym would be Guryat, and we settled on that name. So our group is called Grown-Ups Read YA 2. If you'd like to join the book club, go for it. Caitlin and I have been so busy with our shop and what's happening in our personal lives that some of the people in the group were like, hey, we can tell you need help with the book club. Do you want admins and moderators or people who can run weekly book talks? And I was 100% down. I was more than ecstatic to nominate and talk to different people that were interested in partaking in the club in more of an administrative manner. They're essentially running the club without us right now because we've been MIA for a month. So I'm so appreciative of those that are keeping the group going and making a small community out of very few people who like these books. So if you want to go join it, feel free. The people who run it are awesome. So in this book club, we also put up a poll in December of what books each person got to nominate books that they wanted to be the first book we read. I did not take no for an answer when it came to nominations. I put every single nominated book title and author in a poll for people to vote on. I believe I gave everyone 48 hours, and within 48 hours you could tell what 3 books were the top. It was A Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh gosh, what were the other two? I said, oh gosh. Okay, so I just went and searched up. The top book was A Court of Thorns and Roses. The second book was Serpent and Dove. And the third book was One of Us is Lying. And I believe Caitlin and I both initially voted for Serpent and Dove because we talked about it. We were like, girl, we both got to vote for this book because I don't want to read A Court of Thorns and Roses or One of Us is Lying. So neither of us actually searched up what A Court of Thorns and Roses was or One of Us is Lying. We only searched up what Serpent and Dove was because that title is both appealing to both of us. So we waited the 48 hours, and at the end of the 48 hours, ACOTAR was at the top. We screenshot the poll, we made the post. ACOTAR was our first book of our book club. So we started reading this book, and we started reading up on, because we're waiting 4 days after we placed our Amazon orders. We're waiting for this book to get here. And after about 4 days of reading different ratings, people's comments, synopsises, between all of the people commenting on this book, you either loved it or you completely hated it. And there was quite a few people that did not like the book. When Caitlin and I searched up what it was and we saw Fae, we're seeing Fae. And Caitlin and I were like, wait a minute. We love Fae. We're everything. We are Fae. We are Fae folk. So, everything about Caitlin and I revolves around fantasy, the games we play, the books we read, the things we draw. We love everything fantasy. It's been an obsession our entire lives. So we saw that this is a Fae fantasy romance, and we were so excited to get the book. When they arrived 4 days later and we started reading, all I can say, without giving any spoilers away, is that it's a 5. It's a 6-star book. A Court of Thorns and Roses quite literally changed my life. I love the characters. I love Sarah's writing. There were things that I struggled through, but overall, that book, each of them, all 5 of them are great to me. They are in my top 3 book series that I'm obsessed with. If we had more time today, I would love to go in and talk about ACOTAR spoilers and go through each book. And I actually would not mind doing that over one of my next videos. But this video today was really just put out here to show you guys how we package our Etsy items. And sometimes I just like to have a piece of washi tape on my hand the entire time I'm recording. So I apologize for the crazy stuff I do when I'm truly just trying to make a kind video of what our Etsy shop is all about, and that Caitlin and I are here to talk and draw all things book, fae, and fantasy. If you want to help support us in a very, very small way, you can go down and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, If the washi tape on my hand for the entire video made you mad, hit the like button like 3 times. Head over to our Instagram at the Fae Trove. You can find us on Etsy as the Fae Trove as well. And I'd just like to thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate you taking the time. Bye.